What's up, TSOD fam? It's your boy Sean. Welcome back to the TSOD channel. Got another range day video for you today. Today we're focused on all about speed. All right, speed is the name of the game. Today on this episode, I got my handy dandy AR-15, and I'm really gonna be showing you guys how to really move and drive to multiple targets to engage multiple threats in a very, very fast method. All right, we're not necessarily gonna be throwing accuracy out the window, but we are gonna really be trying to push the limits and focusing on moving quickly, engaging a target, moving on to the next one, and really finishing up that target set very, very fast, all right? So I've got 3 targets behind me. On this specific video, I'm gonna have 6 shots, all right? 6 shots, 3 targets, 3 seconds. That's it. That's all I'm focused on, straight and to the point. So let's get after it. All right, guys, so we're getting ready to engage 3 targets here. Now, before we do that, I want to kind of tell you guys, just provide you guys with a couple of tips from my experience, right? So if you're wearing a sling, which you probably should if you're rocking a rifle, if you're going to be doing any sort of moving, things like that, make sure you actually test out your sling, whether it's a 2-point sling like this or a 1-point or a 3-point, hopefully not, 2-point, right? Make sure it actually works for you. Make sure that it has the right amount of tension. It's not too tight. It's not too loose, right? It should, when you actually present up with that rifle, with that buttstock kind of in the pocket of your shoulder, you really want to kind of make it an extension of your body. So that way you can move. When you rotate your hips, that rifle kind of rotates with you, all right? So that's kind of tip number 1 is just make sure your sling setup is good. Make sure it works for you wherever it's placed, you know, where your hand holding is at, your sling and your sling keeper is not getting in your way. You can actually adjust it with one hand. You don't need to like relinquish control of the weapon to start messing around with your sling. Fix your slings, all right? I mean, it's something so simple, but again, I want to just throw it out there for you guys. All right, next thing is when you're actually, you know there's a threat down there. You can see the threat, you can see the target, all right? You should probably be in that alert position. For me, that would probably be more of like the high ready, all right? So just below my eyes, I'm looking for the threat. I expect it, it's imminent. So I'm kind of just scanning, but I'm not like sighted in like this, looking all the way through my sight where I'm not taking in any of the other information that's around me. I'm just sucked into my sight. I don't want that, all right? You should be looking just over it so you have the most amount of vision in your field of view as possible, okay? So that's one of the steps, is that high ready. If you're way down here and you know there's a threat or a target that you're gonna engage, why waste a ton of time by keeping that rifle way down here? Now, I know there are certain rangeisms, things like that, but I'm more focused on combat shooting, combat rifle marksmanship. This could pertain to military, law enforcement, or just the average shooter looking to really push their skills, push the limits when it comes to shooting their rifle, right? So you know you're imminently going to engage that target or that threat. Have that rifle just underneath your eye, whichever eye you're using, whatever your dominant eye is, whether it's your right or your left, all right? Just have it just under. So all it is just a simple up, down, right? Up, down, and that way you're not sucked into your sights. So that's tip number 2. And then from there, economy of motion, right? Efficiency, ergonomics. As you're coming up, that just half a second or fraction of a second that it takes, as you're coming up, you should already have that thumb on that safe selector, and it should just be like this. I don't know if you guys can see it here where it actually flips down, but as soon as I come from that high ready up into actually looking in and sighting in, I'm immediately going up. As I come down, I flip it on to safe. Comes up, flip it on fire, and that's when my finger starts to transition. My trigger finger, my thumb, safe selector, thumb position, it kind of moves simultaneously just for efficiency of movement. So again, I'm not wasting time. All I want to do is cut down the time to actually engaging that threat. So that's the next tip, is economy of motion. As you're pulling that, as that rifle is you're getting ready to sight in now, as soon as I come up, it's like a 2-part motion. my thumb switches it on to fire, and my trigger finger goes onto the trigger as I'm actually sighting in on the target, getting ready to engage, guys. Okay, so that's my biggest tips for you. Now, after you've engaged, follow through. Make sure your target is, you did what you needed to do on that target and actually hit it and engage it. Then from there, if there are multiple threats, multiple targets, start searching, right? You know you already engaged one. There's more than likely one on the left. It presents itself. All right, from there, you're just gonna move your eyes first, right? Wherever your eyes start to look at, the body tends to follow too. So from there, drive your eyes and drive it to that second target. Sight in, engage. From there, I'm looking, and then my body moves to it. It should just be a fraction of a second. Wherever the eyes go, the body tends to follow. So those are my tips. Hopefully what I can do is get this engagement under 3 seconds. I think I should be able to hit it under 3 seconds. If I can't, something's wrong. But it's gonna be 6 shots, 3 targets, and basically under 3 seconds, all right? Now, how you engage those targets, that's entirely up to you. It really just depends on the threat level, okay? The closest target, it could be, you know, a guy with a knife getting ready to stab me to death. And the second target can be a guy that's, I don't know, 50 feet behind him with a gun, all right? So from there, what is a bigger threat? The guy at 15 feet away with a knife getting ready to kill me, or the guy with a gun at 50 feet away? Okay, so that's for you to kind of process on how you want to, you know, deal with those threats as far as proximity and relationship to being more of a higher threat level. So that's kind of the last tip I'll give you guys. We'll go ahead and kick the drill. We'll see if I can get those 6 shots on the targets in under 3 seconds. We'll see what happens, all right? All right, 3.20 seconds. I don't know if you can see this. I just shook it. So it actually said 7.63, but either way, 3.20 seconds, all right? If you want to timestamp the video, time code it, 3.20, not too crazy. I wasn't going as fast as I could. Probably could have pushed that to just under 3 seconds, but again, 6 shots, 2 shots apiece on 3 targets. Pretty easy once you apply those fundamentals, all right? That's all I got for you guys on this episode on the TSOD channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to head on over to the website, tsodshop.com, pick up some merch. I got new tanks in, new hats, beanies, sweatshirts, the whole 9 yards. Go check out the site. I'll catch you guys next time on the TSOD channel. Peace.